Let's go up here.
I wouldn't get too close to that railing, just in case.
Oh, in case someone...
The repurposed aesthetic reminds me of Fallbrook. These sublight folks really know how to overhaul a place.
Jerome would have loved this place.
Oh, Leonora. I remember you.
You don't look like one of the salvagers, no? Don't really seem like the type. You've got the look of someone who's traveled far to get here, and whose journey is far from over.
I could say the same about you.
Not me. I'm right back where I started, and the end is almost in sight. Listen to me, being all vague and mysterious. I don't know if you're bound for the old ruins, but in case you are, can you look into something? I'd do it myself, but of course the Marauders would eat me alive.
Depends on what you need.
Looking for something out there. Been paying Sublight to help me, but they haven't made much progress.
There's something... Oh, Sublight wouldn't turn over a rock unless there was salvage underneath it.
Well put. My husband and I worked on Gorgon during the good times. Jerome was on maintenance duty. I cleaned out test tubes till they sparkled.
Where's Jerome now?
Nowhere good, that's for sure.
Oh.
In his final hours, Gorgon was a war zone. Violence broke out in the labs. The hills were full of marauders. You couldn't take a leisurely stroll without an armed escort. When the order came through to evacuate, non-essential personnel drew a lottery to see who would board the first wave of ships. Jerome won. I lost.
Oh.
As soon as I wasn't looking, Jerome switched our tickets and pushed me to the front of the line. I got to leave. Jerome stayed behind.
Oh, wow.
I never saw him again.
That was very noble of him.
That Jerome always chose the right thing, even when it got him killed. This place is greedy. Took my Jerome, and it would have taken me too. I just want one thing back. His old hip flask. I gave it to him the day we signed our marriage contract,
quest.
and he carried it wherever he went. I know it's still here.
I could keep an eye out for it.
You'd really do that for me? Law, and I'll bet you're worth 10 of those sublight sprats. I don't have much, but if you help me, there's a little set aside for the occasion. Jerome used to drink with his buddies in a small kitchen opposite the maintenance shed. Might be a good place to check first.
Let me
Yeah?
ask you a question. Tell me about Lucky Montoya.
That old flirt? Yeah, I let him buy me a drink or two. He talked my ear off about exciting jobs he'd done. All lies, I'm sure. He fell asleep with his head on my shoulder. That man had baggage like you wouldn't believe. I didn't think anyone could be lonelier than me.
Did you mention anything about Gorgon Research
He
Facility?
bragged about having the key to some sort of maintenance area in one of the old buildings. I never saw it, so I just assumed he was talking himself up. He also asked if I wanted to see something gross and slimy he kept in his room, but I declined, politely.
Was he depressed?
He put on quite a front, but I think he was weary. Like he'd seen too much and had too little to show for it. Guess we were kindred spirits in a way.
Thanks for your
Sure
time.
thing. My condolences if you two were close.
Tell me about your time on Gorgon.
The lab coats kept quiet about the project, but the air was charged with excitement. You could feel it wherever you went. They wanted to change the world. A tenfold boost to worker productivity with no side effects? Who wouldn't salivate at the thought? I don't know what went wrong, but when the shit hit the fan, it sprayed everyone in its path, including me.
Be seeing you. Oh, I want to help her out.
Why'd you want to meet here anyway?
I thought we could have some fun in the ruins. Salvaging, like old times.
I don't know, Carol. Salvage is a young man's game. I'm just a clerk now.
Just a clerk. Come on, where's your sense of adventure?
Fine. At least buy me another round. Make it two. Gotta find my courage.
Okay.
Huh, who's this now? Wonder if they
Oh,
could...
this was the other guy.
Ah, who am I kidding?
Hi.
Holy shit, a fresh face. Haven't seen your like in years. Don't know what brought you to the most dangerous corner of this solar system, pal, but you're welcome here. Oh, you talked to Lex yet? She tell you to keep it civil? You wouldn't guess to talk to her, but that lady's got a mean left hook.
I talked to her. She mentioned you were in some kind of journalist?
Some kind. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Got into reporting thinking I was gonna be some sort of public intellectual. What a joke. Spent 95% of my time playing stenographer to the board, and the rest writing puff pieces on the chairman's latest beard trim. Real life and death shit.
You seem like you're having a rough time. Can I help you out?
If you're going back out there, do you think you'd be willing to do an old bastard a small favor?
Helping out old bastards is 80% of my job. What do you need?
You know, that reminds me. I don't think you've ever actually paid me.
Well, I've been trying to get away from this rock for 5 lobby-fucked years, but I can't stay gone.
Why is that?
Told you I was a journalist, right? I was here on a story back when Project Gorgon was active. I was doing an interview series for Spacer's Choice. Recorded them all on these little portable phonographs. But when everything fell to shit, Spacer's Choice wouldn't let me leave. Terms of my reporting contract unmet, they said.
You hid them and now you need me to get them for you. That about cover it?
Right on the money.
Ah.
Look at me, I'm no fighter. I've never even touched a gun. But you're just the right amount of rough around the edges. Help me get my recordings back so I can finally get the hell out of here.
Why stash the recordings?
Someone had been trying to steal them since the day my assistant and I started interviewing. Couldn't even keep them in my safe. They always found a way in. So I took to hiding them all over the fucking asteroid.
Oh dear.
Thought I was so clever. What a fool I was.
You mentioned an assistant. Where are they now?
Oh, Georgie? Yeah, she helped me with interviews. A real whiz with the portable recorder tech, too. When things got crazy, I shoved her onto the last ship off Gorgon. With any luck, she's safe and comfortable in Byzantium. She tried every which way to stay, but it was my contract keeping us here, not hers. Didn't seem fair she'd have to suffer just because I made a bad deal.
Why not just forget the contract and leave?
Oh, I've tried. Make no mistake. I've caught a couple of rides out with sublight folks, but the board's fixers always send me right back. And I'm not about to stand toe-to-toe with marauders just to fulfill a line item on a contract.
Oh, it's your lucky day, Roscoe. I'll get those recordings for
No
you.
shit? That's downright civilized of you.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm not always
One of them I
uncivilized,
stashed in the
just
office
most
of
of the
creative
time.
incubation, in the projector room on the 3rd floor. I gave another to my friend Birdie to keep in her apartment, just outside OCI's upper entrance.
Why there?
Seems like a good idea at the time. Someone had started a fire, folks were shooting other folks. It was a madhouse.
Got it. Next?
You'll find another in the chem lab. It's in the main lab storage room.
You ran all over Gorgon just to hide your recordings?
Didn't have much of a choice. The primals had gotten loose, couple of them were chasing me.
Primals,
The recordings
okay.
just ended up wherever I hid.
Alright, easy enough. The others?
The final one is in human inquiry and auditing.
Okay.
It's tucked behind a pipe in observation room B.
The observation room? Wouldn't someone have seen you?
What with the test subjects running loose, the researchers were surprisingly unobservant.
Got it. I'll be back.
Strength to your sword arm, friend. And thank you.
Okay.
What's the story with this place anyhow?
Used to be a shipping warehouse. Supplies came in, deadly chemicals went out.
Who told you that?
I worked here back in the day.
You're pulling my leg.
Nope, it's true.
Well. Alright then. Anything over here? Not really.
What have you got there? Adrenatime, I think. Found some in an old busted crate.
Ooh, I want to be careful with
You're
that.
just gonna take some drug you found in the garbage?
It's not some drug. It's adrenatime.
I don't see a label.
If it wasn't safe, it wouldn't be in a syringe.
I'm starting to think that might
Can't
be
argue
why
with that.
there's some people, you know, changing, quote unquote. Oh. Lucky's case notes. Oh, I see. So this is Lucky's place here. Room and board at Sprat Shack, 350 bits. List of expenses. Theories and leads. Something strange out in mines. Check it out. Note: stay out of mines. Murders Moon Man in the canyon. Probably local legend. Candidates. Yellow Spacer's Choice logo. Yellow coincidence? No such thing. Persons of interest. Lots of bodies buried on Gorgon, but not many hatchets. Everyone had a guts to bear and fingers to point. Lawrence Goodfellow oversaw Office the Creative Incubation. Genuinely oblivious or playing dumb. Olivia Ambrose, project director, lead scientist, prickly, perfectionist. Note: did not ask Minnie about her. Killed in evacuation. Lucian Bencroft, Spacer's Choice man, real top runner. Few logged visits to Gorgon, tensions with Ambrose. Marianne Blakesley, supervisor of human inquiry and auditing. Nerves of steel, heart of ice, etc. Disappeared when things fell apart. Jasper Lowe, head of Chem Lab, exhibited increasingly erratic behavior in later years of project. Herbert St. Germain, he's a ghost, worked at one of the facilities, vanished suddenly, records scrubbed. Interesting. Requires a code to unlock. Day 1, Spacer's Choice may have left in a hurry, but they didn't forget to lock the doors on their way out. Most of the facilities are sealed up tighter than a top ringer safe. Time to do some digging. Day 6, caught a break today. Met a scavenger who claims to be a salesman for Spacer's Choice. Sold me a key to the Office of Creative Incubation. Let's just say the guy's about as lucid as a sprat on a Rizzo's factory, but I'm spending Minnie's bit, so I can afford to take a chance. It worked. Clarence. Mostly. Wherever you are, I'm drinking to you tonight. Olivia's Ambrose's office and journal ought to be in the Synthesis and Manufactory Center. The bad news is it's sealed up and the ass end of the canyon. The good news is I should be able to open it from the bigwig's admin terminal OCI. Day 13. OCI is crawling with marauders, and I've got a few other leads to chase down. Could be nothing, but my gut tells me there's more to this place than a missing turtle. Time to turn over a few rocks and see what crawls out. I'm leaving the OCI key, and the safe combo is that. Oh, an eye. That's nice.
As a medical professional, I gotta say, that is very well preserved and disgusting.
I really hope this ain't a sign of things to come.
Well, it appears that we have lots of just, like, body parts being sent around to us, unfortunately. I love the musical sting that accompanies it, too. It's like, duh!
Oh, well. It's coming back up again.
Alright. Sorry, I'm used to just wandering in and having no one really care. This is the first time someone's ever said anything about, oh, don't go in the bathroom. Okay, I think that's everything in the Sprat Shack. We got a couple of quests, and we made some friends, and that's always a good thing. Alright, so we're outside the Sprat Shack, and I noticed there's this guy who, I don't know what that is.
This unit reminds you that death is a prison without doors.
I don't understand you. We're gonna read this instead. Argosy... Tran D. Notice electricity rationing in effect. Backsliding the term you consent to paying 1 bit for every option selected. Shipment history. Outgoing shipments. Display departed freight. Containing redacted. Containing prototype, raw ore, and then 15 staff. Incoming. Charybdis. Contents 30 cartons containing sterile injection ampules. 30 high pressure steel cylinders containing oxygen. 25 volunteers. 3 corporate security squads containing 3 firearms each. Lots of ammunition. And 10 units Moonman Standy. Whatever that means. Messages. Incoming. Mostly C. Various observations on Argosi's rate of export with a reprimand. Mr. Tran, are you aware of the concept of relativity? This is a rhetorical question. I am aware that Space Destroyer's training does not include business philosophy in its curriculum. Consider this remedial education. Broadly, relativity is an economic idea that describes productivity in terms of relationship. For example, from your point of view, the Argosi, i.e. your freight deport export shipments at a perfectly reasonable rate. However, from the point of view of your enterprising colleague, Reynard, the Argosi's freight deport export shipment at a positively pathetic rate. If a single one of your colleagues is capable of 3 times your productivity, then relative to your colleague, the Argosi freight depot is a failure. The rubric of success is measured relative to your fastest, strongest, and most productive colleagues. Do you understand? Please take a moment to consider the following contents of this message and commit them to your heart. Furthermore, select one of the following reprimands below and append it to your permanent record. Quality of your work is unacceptably low by Spacer's choice. Low to that of your colleagues. By receiving official reprimand on your permanent record, you have violated Spacer's choice code of conduct, which will result in an official reprimand. Huh. Outgoing. It's not the best choice, it's the only choice. Oh, wait, what was the, incoming? Was there another one? No, okay. Outgoing, to this guy. Buddy, I don't understand how you managed to log 3 times the number of shipments I do out of that miserable shack you call an office, but you need to cut it the fuck out. Mostly it's been poking around the Argosi ship rate numbers again. Now we started asking why Lewis and I can't pack as quickly together as you can alone. I'm thinking maybe I should tell him you're dipping in the supply of the prototype Adrenatime. I don't think you'd like that, do you? Shit, maybe you are. If that's the case, well, maybe you ought to come lend me Lewis a hand when we load up next haul of test subject corpses. Get yourself a real good view of what Chem's wonder drug does. Archived. From, Velaquiz. You gotta help me out. The Monarch's delivery's gone MIA, and now the big guy in corporate is messaging my personal terminal looking for answers. Not mostly, not good fellow. That seersucker suit-wearing MFer from Byzantium, Bancroft. Your kid cousin still works in Cascadia, right? Do you think you could hoof it over to Celebrate and just, I don't know, poke around the port, see if it's there? The shipment's ID is that. What we picked up last week. I know it's a lot to ask, and you know how I feel about begging for handouts, but I swear to the law, if I looked out my door, and then that Bancroft guy'd be there in the street, slapping a wrench against his palm like a mob boss on one of those bootleg cereals from the Groundbreaker. Please, man, you know how fond I am of kneecaps. Interesting. Still, I'm not sure what this guy is here for. He seems important. I don't know what that is, but it's something, I guess. Okay. So, I guess we leave now. Not exactly sure how to do so, but somehow. I came from over there, so maybe it's this way. Oh yeah, it's this way. That's right. There's dead bodies here. And I made it into here where there were things. That's right. I've been here already. Okay. So I have yet to see what any of these enemies are going to look like. And I'm a bit looking forward to it. Oh, you're locked.
Great work.
That's why me tapping frantically at it isn't doing anything.
Nicely done.
Okay. Now, what about this? And this and this and this and this. Found someone's drinking spot. This is where they go to drink. What is this? It's just a random force field in the middle of nowhere. Okay. Good on you. We're all impressed you can have a force field in the middle of nowhere. We're not. That was being sarcastic.
If they didn't want to tempt us, why'd they lock it up?
Well, you know, even if it was unlocked, I would have taken everything in there. It doesn't have to be locked for me to just steal it. I will just steal it. Ooh. Oh. I see. I have to get in here from back there. Interesting. So I have to go hug around there. That's what I have to do. Basically, if I just follow this pathway, eventually I should get there. So, if I understand it right, we're trying to get, like, kind of over here? I think? Elevator. Okay, that's where we're trying to go. So, if I go this way... I mean, eventually we should be able to get up there. It looks like it was possible anyway. Okay. This area is actually pretty large. Crash ship. Yes, this is a crash ship. Is there anything special about that? Like, is there anything in this? No, it's just a point of interest. Okay. Also, no enemies yet, surprisingly. I say that now, and then, like, a moment later, something's going to come, like, running at me and trying to eat my brain. Which, you know, won't really do them a whole lot of good, because there's not a lot in there. So, it won't be very nutritious, I can just say that much. Okay. Crack shot.
Who goes?
I don't know. Okay. Where did the guy I killed just go? Or is that him? No, I don't think that was him. Oh, there we go. He had a weapon on him. Level 32. That's right. It is definitely much better. Much stronger anyway. DPS is lower, but damage is higher. And this is even has the star on it. The other thing is it doesn't have the silencer. I can always go get it and put a silencer on there because I can do that. I might go do that later. What is this? Shears. Alright, that's just a bit weird. It's been a while since I've actually run out of space, but I feel like that's gonna be happening very soon. Frostsar Soldier. So they have new types of mantises. Now let's see. I think I can get up here somehow. I'm not quite sure how. There's gotta be a way. Not really up on these things, but like this structure over here. It's clearly like you can be up here, maybe. At some point. I'd like to find a place to fast travel to. Whoa, what is this? Yeah, I'd like to find a place to fast travel to before I head back. Shiver pillar. Alright, cool. Well,
They'll never see us. Him down. Time for a drink?
okay. Spacer's choice.
They brought manosaurs with them? What the hell's wrong with these people?
Yeah, and
This reminds me of the punchline to a joke I heard once.
ooh. Okay, this looks like a fast travel location, so I'm gonna get close to here. If it'll let me. Yeah! Okay, cool. So with that in mind, I can keep exploring. And I won't have to worry about things. What is this?
Initiating ocular measurement.
Later.
First call.
Whoa!
I thought
Whoa,
I knew
what
the
is this?
OCI backwards and forwards. The Marauders got a way of finding every nook and cranny on this rock. OCI. Fancy joint. Smells like Wentworth's and leather. A real slice of Byzantium. You don't set that up unless you're planning something big. Adrena time? Sure. But something tells me there's more to the story. Got a hunch to follow up on near the old mines. I'm leaving this here, in case I gotta come back.
Okay. Let me check my inventory. Yeah, I am at capacity, so I'm going to fast travel back. And then I'll be right back where I was now.